Well, hello there, and welcome to year 7 of Newlands. I'm Soxway Up on the Farming Sim SWU channel. We built this farm, over, the last year and a half, on and off. We're here, we're keeping it going, possibly until FS25 comes out. Not 100% decided on that yet. We're going to keep playing as long as we're having fun with it. You can see it's February. We did skip through January. Oh, I want it to be March, though. I'm a doofus. We're over here at the Goldfield Grain Mill, and there's a reason for that. So let's go into the production. You can see we have almost 30,000 pieces of flour waiting for us. We are going to change this to spawning because we're going to sell it. And the other thing, let's get away from that loud building, is if we look at the bread factory here, the bread production, we are full on flour. We got plenty for a long time. So the rest of these, they're going to get sold. Now that we're lined up here, we should be able to just turn that on. I guess we got to pull a little farther forward for that one and then let the rest of them spawn. There should be a good amount that spawn here in just a second. And we'll go get them sold. Let's check where the best price is right now. Flour. We have Max Watcher. We have the Transport Heights. Max Watcher is always an annoying place to sell, but it is the best price. By a long shot, actually, from the bakery. Let's go give it a shot. And we have 29,000 pieces. We'll get, that other 1,000 will come in momentarily. It actually might be worth waiting for that. Let's see. Yeah, it should spawn here any second now. Why is it not? I'm so confused because it says in the production we have over 1,000 pieces. I think those are 1,000 each. If you missed last season, or if you're new to the channel and this is your first one seeing, there is a playlist that has all of the Newlands supercuts, and by supercut I mean an entire year on this farm in one episode. We've got 6 of those out there on a playlist right now, or you can go to the Rags to Riches Season 1 playlist and watch the individual episodes to catch up as well. But we're using our new road here. I love it. We should be able to get into town a little bit quicker that way using our bigger, cleaner roads. We don't have to drive on the side roads anymore. We're using the main highways here. Let's go get this stuff sold. Man, the train's broken good. Good thing we don't ever use that. That would be sad. I think I am going to just sell this supermarket. I don't want to deal with that house. To be honest with you, it's a terrible location. And I guess you need forks and, we could do it that way eventually. But let's find the location of the grocery store here. I believe it's in the back. We just swing around this way. And the price wasn't too terrible here. Okay. We're going to get it in 2 waves. We got about 18,000 on the first wave, and on this one, another 9,000. So we're at, $414,000, which I think's pretty outstanding. And just a kind of reminder, our driving's terrible. But yeah, a reminder, our goal on this series is to finish building our ranch and where we live. And so that's going to be the main task of this year, is to save up enough money to build the house of our dreams. And we've kind of, put a little bit of a property aside for that. So, and we'll show that when we get back to the house. But we're going to pick up all of the bread here and see if there's any more that are going to spawn. I think that might be all of them, though. 6 of them, not bad for today. Nice, catching up, getting some goods sold after our little vacation in the winter. And momentarily, we're going to get really busy on some farm work. And we'll try to, try to dump it over the fence there. Doesn't quite get there, but this is the way we've been rolling. This bread sold to this nice lady here at the farmer's market. We might have one stuck. We do. And because we're cheesing the game, that's our loss. So another, 20, almost 30, yeah, 20,000 there. Plus, we're at 439. Let's get home. Let's get busy on some farm work. We'll park the truck right here for now. I think we'll sell the wool on a different day. Let that build up a little bit more, but I think we might need to move that out of the way. Are we getting close to being full here? Probably another month or so, but we can grab this one. We'll move a couple of these out of the way just to give a little more opportunity for those to spawn. We've gone real big into the flour and bread game, so we're going to keep pushing that, and we're going to plant some oats. We're going to plant, oh, that's not where we want to be. Our buying station's down south now. Or down the road. Let me get familiar with my own series real quick. But yeah, so we want to keep expanding that operation, and potentially I might get a second mill long term, but I don't think it'll be this year. I think we're gonna learn. Oh yeah, we got 2 more pallets that spawned. But I think we're going to learn exactly what we're producing or how much we're producing with this new field layout. And I also might be looking at some larger expansions depending on how this goes. But this is our brand new planter slash seeder here, our seeder. And I thought I could fill it up here, but maybe not. There it goes. Okay. So now this huge field, we've never planted the whole field that we've expanded last episode, but we did do cotton on half of it last time. So we do know this is a big boy. This is a big field. So I want to do oats on it. Let's get the implement lowered and activated. Now I want to do oats on it so we can get those over to the grain mill as soon as possible, and we'll find another field to plant some sorghum as well. Just getting our spring crops here established. You can see that area to the left there is where we're slated to put the house, but we might encroach a little bit on the surrounding fields when we do that design finally. And I have no idea how many hoppers full this is going to take. Like I said, first time planting here. We might want to look into an upgraded combine at this point when it comes time to harvest these fields now that they're getting a lot larger. And that'll probably be a big theme that you do see on this season of New Lands, is getting our equipment a little larger. Well, with one headland done, we've used just about 20% of the capacity in this hopper, so it'll be interesting to see how many of these tanks we go through. Gonna take a break right here because there's something that I need to do. All right, I got my toolbox out here. We're gonna, give a call to John Deere and get the code to activate GPS on this. Let me get on the phone with them. All right, they've gotten me the code. I've given them the $15,000. We're just gonna get under here and actually we need to get in here and put the code in, get it all turned on. Perfect. All right, let's get this out of the way so we don't run it over. Take that back where it belongs later on, but we have 63% capacity, and we're going to head up to this west side of the field, and we're going to start setting up our GPS so we can start going up and down on this field. We're going to go north-south here, and some of these first passes will probably be somewhat short, but we'll get it all situated. Pretty impressed with this implement, as you can see how far we've gotten before running out of seed. And like, honestly, I'm blown away. Talked about getting bigger equipment to make these jobs a little bit quicker, and this field is massive, so this is the one that's going to take the most time, and only having to refill this once, man, that's glorious. It's a good view there of what's left. So you can see we got a good chunk of this field planted with one hopper full. I love it. And finally, all complete. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and fold this up and head on over to the next field that we're going to plant. But I got a little bit of chores to do before we get that going. Go ahead and park right here for now. Do have some organizing that I want to take care of. And before that, I do want to get this going on the roller. We'll have a worker take care of this for us. I think that'll be the best opportunity to spend some time doing some chores that aren't actually, you know, farm work for us, but, you know, just, you know, the other things that farmers have to take care of when they're not planting, rolling, and fertilizing and all that. So we do need to do fertilizer on here as well. I totally spaced that. So I think we will call an audible here, but we are going to want this implement long term here. So let's go ahead and plop that right there. We'll want to do that later on today. And we'll have to buy some liquid fertilizer here at our multi-buying station. So we'll head down to that. And I believe, yeah, this works really well here. We get that going, only $2,000. That's somewhat surprising. I don't think 2 headlands will be needed. We'll do it like this. And first waypoint, let them go. And then we're going to jump into construction mode here and see if we saved enough room for what I want to do up here. I want to do something pretty much simple back here. Not anything that would be an eyesore, really, for people that live in the area. See if we can actually back up like this. And if this fits, it doesn't fit. No. All right, we'll try something different. You know, I think I overuse these, but they're so perfect for what we want. So we'll go with the easy shed here. Get the back implement kicked. Actually, like, this tractor might just do this job moving forward. So that'll be good. We're going to get all the equipment to take care of the grass field. That's just going to stay back here. And we might put some miscellaneous pieces of equipment that we don't necessarily need all the time up here as well. But I am going to smooth this out and fix the area that's going to be grass here next. All right, I think that looks pretty nice. Just checking on here. Oh, they're buying. They are buying, so I guess we didn't have to fill it up. Going good, though. We have money for it. We got grass all configured on the seeder here. It's time to get grass in our new long-term grass field. And there we go. Beautifully started. And all done with that planting, we're going to head on over to the next section where we plan on doing some planting and put this there while we have some other chores to do again. Let's just roll down the hill. What in the world? How did it roll down the hill? I'm trying to make slower decisions than I normally do. I don't know if I want to keep the shed up here. Let's look at it while we're talking about it. I don't know if I want to keep the shed, the house, the silo, and the sawmill long term. So I'm making these changes incrementally in case we do decide to keep those things. I want to have field creation on here. And we are going to connect these two fields and take advantage of a little bit more of this grass area down here too to expand. I'm gonna go a little bit slower on this so I can be precise. But I don't know exactly where the boundary is, so I am gonna just blend into the field here. Like so. And that should be good for the bottom of the field. We'll go ahead and lift. Yeah, it just seems time to make these one field. There's just silly to have the smaller fields, and they're still gonna be somewhat small. Then we'll come right here and we'll have to blend all this in together. Actually, let's do the top first because that should be more important so we'll know where to stop. Come around about right here. Go ahead and lower it. And we're going to cut across here, and this entire road is going away. That's why I got rid of a few trees as well. We'll just hug that tree line. Loop back up to the top of the field and connect them. All right, let's get the rest of this all situated. That's good. We'll get this put away. We're done with the cultivator. And then we'll have to buy some soil samples as well as probably relime some of that area. Let's do the samples next. And we should, it's probably 2 that we have to buy. It might just be 1. Let's purchase that. And we'll purchase that. Okay, but then I also want to come in here, and if I remember how to do this part, we'll delete that and delete that because we don't need that anymore. I would imagine this is plenty of lime for this little area, so we'll just go ahead and cruise with it. Hop on here, and we'll go ahead and turn it on and let it do its automatic thing. It'll start spreading when it's required, and some of these areas, yeah, there we go. Okay, I was gonna say some of these areas might not need it, but it looks like they absolutely do, so it's a good thing we're doing this. Get as much of a yield as possible out of this new tiny little area. And we're gonna put sorghum in this field, as it's the other crop type that we need for the grain mill. We got barley and wheat growing as well right now. Those blue areas are just gonna probably stay blue forever. And that should do it. So we'll get this put away and we can get our sorghum in the ground. Yeah, this looks much better looking field now. You're getting a lot done. I'm starting to worry about how much time's left in today. But it looks like they're almost done with the fertilizer there. That's good. We'll get them on the grass field next. And then they'll just kind of follow around where we've planted. And we'll probably do the rolling ourselves after the fact. We got sorghum selected. Go ahead and unfold it. Get a better angle here. There we go. See if 54% will be enough for this. I think it will be based on what we learned in that big field. Lowered. Activated. Oh, I thought it could be planted in March. Oh, we gotta wait till April. Okay, that makes a little less to do here in March. Pretty good timing. We're gonna leave this right here though. We're gonna call an audible. They're gonna finish. There it goes rolling again. I love it. Gravity matters on that implement. Let it sit right there. That's sweet. We're going to grab the roller now. I'm going to do course play on this field with this tractor and the roller. And then we'll take over the fertilizer and, you know, take over with whatever job we need once we get that new grass field fertilized. Perfect timing. They just got done. All right, let's get this all configured. And this is going to take good amount of time, I think. All right, with 2% left, we did refill it once, but we'll fill it back up and do that grass field. This is looking great. Look even better once it's all rolled. There he goes, getting started there. Beautiful. Maximizing that profit. Yeah, another 1,800 in liquid fertilizer. Red, we only have to turn it to orange. So this should be a real quick job here, not use too much nitrogen or liquid fertilizer. It's adjusting the nitrogen level of the field with the fertilizer. There we go. Looks like we're using 166 liters per hectare. And I imagine this is, but we see gallons down at the bottom right, but can't imagine this being more than 1 hectare here. Maybe a little more. And all done with that. Grass should come in real nice next month. So much rolling left to do. Well, I feel a lot more organized now. I'm just gonna move this back here. We got all this stuff put away. We don't have anything just hanging out. We do have the cedar down here. We'll get that moved. We're going to use it, you know, not too long from now. The sheep are doing good. We got the truck there. let's go ahead and potentially take over. I'm going to let them finish this headland here and see if they clean it up well. Not too bad. And I'll pick up here. We'll get the grass field rolled as well. Welcome to April. We have $411,000. The John Deere 9470 RX was running a little rough. It was running a little rough. It's going to cost us almost $17,000 to repair it, but it's done now. We do have a field to plant to finish our planting season. And let's double check the calendar because we messed this up last episode, but we can plant sorghum today. Let's go find the seeder. We'll get that planted. Get busy. That's right. We let it roll down the hill. It's right here. We had it all prepped and ready to go. So we'll just loop around this way, back up to it. Get that new field going. And it looks like our grass is ready to be cut as well, which is perfect timing. So I wasn't sure what we're going to do the rest of the day after this, but 54%, we thought it would be enough. We got the fields combined. Combined? They're combined. They're not combined, they're combined. We'll have to get some fertilizer down, and then the fields that we planted last episode, we will need to spray for weeds. All right, here we go. And this will be interesting to see. Oh, we already started bad. We already started bad. Come on, Chris. Interested to see how much seed this uses and how big this field ends up feeling now that we have combined them. I do think we need to do a better job maintaining our equipment because we're not that strapped for money anymore, so we don't have excuses. So we will start doing that. I think it'd be nice to get a semi eventually so we can move big pieces of equipment back and forth and, you know, pretend we're playing a simulator. Let's actually simulate like they do in real life is kind of my thought process about that. And as I expected, not a lot of seed had to be used here. We still have 40% left. We got a couple more passes to do, but it's a smaller side of the field. We have plenty of product in this huge hopper. We do have the grass to cut. We got the weeds to take care of next. And then we might skip forward a little bit, maybe get to that wheat harvest, but I'm not 100% sure how long the rest of these tasks are going to take. And we might spend a little bit of cash this episode too. I got the itch to buy more new equipment. I just don't know which ones to prioritize first. But let's finish this up, and then we'll get probably the sprayer out so we can take care of some herbicide next, and then we'll move on to the grass. And potentially, you know, we could start plowing up the grass field as we're going to combine that into a large field as well. We got plenty of work to do. And finished. That concludes, well, let's get that little spot. But that concludes planting season this year. We'll be replanting in the fall, but that'll do it for the spring. Let's get this put away and move on to the next task. Barley's looking good over here. It's getting close. The oats on the right, got a lot of weeds. We'll get those taken care of, but I want to set up the roller first on course play to get the rolling taken care of on that field. There we go. Got some helpers helping us out. Perfect. All right, let's head up here. We can get the John Deere, the other John Deere, and the sprayer since it's already set up to that. And we'll make sure it's full of herbicide and start spraying that oat field. It's like there, yeah, start off good. Perfect. This thing keeps going wherever it wants. And boy, oh boy, that oat harvest is going to be an intense harvest. It's much larger than the cotton harvest. I know we'll have a wider header than we have with the cotton harvester, so it should help out, be in our favor. There's another $2,000 gone on herbicide, but we're gonna go all the way to, I guess this is the west side of the field, and work our way towards the farmyard. And I think that'll be the best approach with this sprayer. And one of the things I have in mind, this might be one of the last times we use this, because I'm thinking about getting some better equipment for crop protection. Definitely thinking about that right now. All right, let's turn that on. Go ahead and start cruising around this field. And I'm not sure how far this is going to get us, but we will eventually use guided steering to make sure we're doing this the most efficient way possible. Let's set cruise control at about, we'll do 15 miles an hour on this one. Get that down to right there. Do the speed override. Cruise around a lot faster, and I do think we actually use a little less herbicide when we do it this way too. Somewhat of a cheat, but I like to get things done a little bit faster than normal speeds. I'm sorry, that's the way I roll. And Dummy doesn't know how long he's been muted. We just, we had 40% use when we did the headland, and now we're going ups and downs with GPS enabled, getting all of the weeds sprayed. It's going good. I think we'll use 2 hoppers on this field, 34% left now. It cost us, about $2,000 to fill it up, so about $4,000 just to do some crop protection here. And yeah, like I said, this might be the last time we use this implement. Gonna take a look at what's available to us on the market and kind of make a different decision for a sprayer moving forward. And we're emptied now, so we'll close this and head on back. Get another full hopper. I don't think we'll quite use the whole thing, but it will be well worth it when it comes time to harvest this field. Should be another 1944 for buying the herbicide. And there we go, 1944. 317 gallons. And back to spraying right where we left off. Should be done in no time. Haven't gotten the notification that the rolling's done yet, but that should be done pretty soon as well. And then it'll be time to cut the grass. And just a little bit to do on this last pass, and we're all done with spraying the weeds in the oat field. Feels good. We are going to drive to the store with this tractor and implement. Oh, I want to save the rest of the goods in here. We got 39% left. That's 126 gallons of herbicide. We still need that later. We bought it. We got to keep it. And it's time to cruise on in. I think we'll take advantage of the repair station there as well while we're in town. But we're going to go probably sell this, but we're going to look at the catalog before we make that decision. But either way, we'll get this repaired so it won't be a waste of a drive. And we'll just park right here to begin with. And let's go head on in and see what they have used right now, as well as some of the new stuff they have. Let's check in the used market first. I want to see if there's any crop protection or upgrades that we might be looking into, and this might be one of them. Nice telehandler for sale. Man, we could get a 7R 350 Gen 2 for $158,000. Interesting. We can get a round bale of silage for $800. So nothing really great in the used market. Okay, you can see I spent $388,000. I'm not going to show you on what yet. We got to get this sold and see if we get enough money for what I need next. And I don't think we're going to. 18,000, that's not going to do it. But if we sell this too, we might get closer. 40,000. That's still not going to do it. We're 8,000 short. So we're going to lease it, but we'll get that paid off pretty fast. I'm going to get this all set up, and then we'll show you what all we got. You know what? We have a little bit of cash. Let's do some repairs here too. Only $3,400. That's not terrible. And to get home, we should just be able to pull up here like so. That's shut off. We'll get this strapped in. And then, yeah, so we got the dry box here. And we got this John Deere 4940 with this awesome setup for spraying. So we also got this Mack truck and this flatbed trailer, you know, in the Sox Way Up colors. Let's go ahead and get it home. We won't be able to use most of this today, but definitely was worth getting in my opinion. And once we do a little bit of selling, we will get that lease paid off. Let's make sure our worker is following behind. Struggling to get out the door. Let's go help them. All right, they are all set now. Let's go ahead and get back in the semi and get going. Just slowing down here to do another check to make sure. Yep, cruising right behind us. Hopefully they didn't stop following. I was going a little too fast. I forgot they have a max speed that's way slower than ours. Here they come up the hill now. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's go, we'll go a little bit slower. All right, they are caught up now. And stuck. How did you get yourself stuck? What are you even doing over there, dude? Oh, I can't wait for upgraded artificial intelligence in this game. Now where are you going? Where did we find this guy? Hey, there's a new grass field. It's coming in nice. I think for now we'll just pull up right here. Get this stuff unloaded. All that's prepped. I guess next, let's go ahead and make sure they left it on. They left it on. We'll find good locations for this stuff soon enough, but we need to jump in here. The next task at hand is going to be cutting the grass. So let's go ahead and get the baler set up on this one. And get the Massey Ferguson all prepped to do the cutting. And we'll get some bales. And I think we have enough grass still that we could get away with silage on this right now. And I'm impressed that that one cut is going to potentially last us 2 years worth of feed for the sheep. Didn't really think it was going to be that way when we cut it last year. Should be good with follow me. Here they come. All right. We'll head down to that grass field, and we'll probably cut most of this out because we've done this task quite a few times in recent episodes. Yep, here they come. Perfect. And it makes me wonder what their cruise control is set at. They can go... Oh, because I have the baler on. And it looks like the rolling's all complete. Let's go ahead. We can open up both of these. I don't see any reason why not at this point. But going 14 miles an hour to let the baler keep up with us. We got to decide what to do with that space to the left, too. We might extend that field even more and get rid of that cut-through road. I do want to get more sheep. I just don't know where I'm going to put them yet. All right, and here we go, starting the mowing session. 14 should be good. Let's go down one more. Yeah, let's go there so they can keep up. They're a little bit behind us now. I think it'll be fine. We did get too far ahead of them last time cutting when I was going a little bit faster. But I think if I stay at this speed, they'll stay the same distance behind me the whole time. And when I start climbing these hills, it's when it slows down a little bit. So this might be one of the next things we upgrade is a dedicated tractor to cutting grass that has more horsepower so it doesn't slow down climbing this hill, even though we'll be on a different field with a much steeper hill, so it'll become even more important. I'll see you in a few. There are a couple other pieces of equipment that I think we'll get eventually, but we really drained the bank account today. I didn't realize how expensive that stuff was going to be, but I think we'll be fine. We got that one item leased. We're almost to the dollar amount to already pay it off. We just need about $15,000 at this point to keep a good cushion for us as well. And we'll have it paid off before you know it. Maybe even in this episode. You know, I kind of wonder what would happen if we just pretend like this box up here doesn't exist. We just imagine in our heads it's not even there and just keep doing our job. We're about to find out here in about 10 seconds. Let's see. I think if we just... It might mess up the follow me, though. If we just grab it like this, cruise really slow. It's just how do we pull off getting it out of our way? So many recording sessions. I've lost track of what episode number we're on at this point, but if I just... I'm tired of moving it. I'm tired of moving this stupid box. Sometimes I hide it, you know, and hide object. It's not, you know, we've documented this a lot. It doesn't respect it. Every time we load back in, it's there. If I start a new game, I can get rid of it, but just not on this save file. And finishing up the tiny little strip that we missed. And all done, we can just cruise on back to the farmyard or the new shed area and put these away. And then we'll get those bales moved. In the field to our left, we forgot to fertilize, so we'll get to use our new pieces of equipment. I'm excited. And I'm not sure if we're going to use this John Deere anymore today, so let's go ahead and just park it under the shed and leave it there for now. I do want to start off by getting the bales out of the way, so we'll adjust this down to the 125 round bales and go pick those up and move them. I don't know where we'll move them, out of the way. So now my question is, will this fit under the multi-fruit buying station, and how much is it gonna hurt to fill this up with fertilizer? All right, first step's good. Almost 8 grand. Okie dokie. But I cannot wait to open this up and see how awesome this process is going to be. We can go 32 if we choose. Oh, that's right. We did fertilize a little bit of this field. So we won't have to use a ton of fertilizer on it. All right, that's not bad. And we got one more, maybe 2 more sets to open. Yeah, just one more, it looks like. Oh, beauty, beauty. It is 2 more. Holy crap, this thing's huge. All right. And there we go. Cruise around on this freshly rolled field. And gosh, speed override's not even on and we're going 20 miles an hour. We don't even need to use speed override with this thing. This is pretty. This is exciting. I'm so glad we spent this money today. I was so excited to use it, I forgot we left the John Deere out here with the roller. So we'll have to get up here and move it. But that's the tractor we're going to use next anyways. Let's go ahead and get right up here. We'll shut this off. Boy, this thing needs washed. And we'll just back this up here. And leave that there for now. And activate that and continue on. The texture does show that we missed a spot on the field, but if you look at the mini-map, once it pops back in here, it is all that nice light green color. When we are complete. And that is lovely to use. And we'll go ahead and park it back here for now. And the next task we have is with this cultivator. We are going to plow this up or cultivate it up and turn this into our next field. I do want to keep this road though. This road's staying. So let's get over just a hair more. And I think we could, if we wanted to. I'm gonna have fields enabled on, but if we wanted to, we could just plant right on top of this, but even for me, that seems a little cheesy. So we'll go ahead and get this all cultivated. We'll get as close as we can to that field to the right and do the same thing we're doing with the barley field and worry about connecting them perfectly when after we harvest. And try not to take too much of this road. I might have to fix a few things afterwards. But if we ruin a little bit of this wheat, I believe it's wheat over here. Yeah, that's the wheat, and the other one's the barley field, yes. But like I was gonna say, if we lose a little bit of the product over here, it won't be the end of the world. Because I would like to have these prepped for after harvest to be able to just flip this field as quickly as possible. And this road's still gonna be needed. So we will do the same thing with it that we did with the other one, but I am going to go a lot closer than we have before. And we're going to have crops right up to this gravel path. And we're still pretending this box doesn't exist. We'll leave this little grass area. I do enjoy that. And that's a good field prep there. I think it's good for now, and I think that's all the farm work that we're gonna do in April. think it's time to make it May. I want to see how close are we to paying this off already. Purchase it, 46,000. So you're about 10,000 away. We'll get plenty of money today for that. But I do want to see about how fun it is to spray the herbicide and spray some weeds. These fields are getting much closer. Do we have a harvest in June? We do. We'll get some barley in June, and it looks like oats and wheat will be at the same time in July. We just drove over the fence. So a big harvest coming up in the next few months. So let's get this unfolded and get the weeds taken care of. And these fields are hard to see them in, so I don't think we'll do a time lapse or anything here. I think we'll just get this done. I have a feeling people would get a little dizzy with the speed of a time lapse. Yep, I'll get these sprayed. And then we're gonna make some cash. I was a little worried about not being able to see where we're going, but when we go this direction, we definitely can see the weeds that have gotten killed and sprayed. So that's good. Does not like hitting trees, guys. Do not recommend. We gotta get close. That'll do it. And then there's a little spot right there that we should have gotten. That's gonna be good enough for me. All right, let's go make some money. 255 yards of silage. This will be plenty to get us out of debt again. Oh, and it's so nice taking our roads. Look at this brand new road. I love it. Come a long ways on new lands. And first opportunity to sell. Cruise on in here. Unstrap them, sell away. $70,000. Let's go ahead and pay that off right now. So now we're sitting at $55,000 total. Let's go get the rest of them. And 88.2 yards. Cubed. Let's go get it sold. Should be safe to unstrap now. Yeah, another 25,000 bucks. Let's go get the wool. Just over 9,000 pieces of wool. We'll go get these sold, and then we'll grab some bread. I think we'll be well over 100,000 still after this episode. Pretty productive, efficient farm. This turn is always tough for me to make with a trailer. There we go. We did it this time. Make sure we do this one wide enough as well. Piece of cake. I want some cake. I want some cake right now. And a couple thousand bucks there for wool. And head on over to the bread factory. That's where we make some decent cash. Not as good as silage, though. All right, let's load up this bread and then go sell it. Really wish they could make a little bit more bread per day over there, but it is what it is. And hopefully these aren't stuck this time. Looks good. And $1 amount again. That'll be nice. 126 grand. Look at us. Sitting pretty. That's going to do it for today. Next episode, we will get to the month of June and July and get probably a really huge harvest day going. We might lease something controversial. Financially controversial. Maybe quite a few things. Well, it is June finally on New Lands, and we are going to harvest some barley. And then in July, we have some oats and wheat to harvest. Gonna be somewhat busy time for us. We are gonna make some straw here, make some extra money, get those baled up, and actually was kind of thinking last night about how much money are we gonna make on this straw on that oat field. That'll be quite impressive to find out. I was debating buying another combine, and I think we're gonna hold off on that. That's what I was kind of hinting at a little while ago about, you know, doing something somewhat controversial and doing a large lease, but we'll see how that oat harvest goes with just one combine. I think we're getting to the point where we need two. These fields are getting a little larger, and maybe just this one upgraded with a larger header might be enough, but only time will tell on how we feel about that to get work done in an efficient enough time frame. The other thing I want to do is check on the grass and see if it's ready to be cut, the new field. And then we'll go from there, but we'll go ahead and finish this headland and see how we're looking. It looks like the yield data is about the same as it was last time. So that is good. We're at 85 bushels right now. We'll keep on rolling. Didn't quite get all the way around the headland. Gonna get this 100% full and we'll open it up. Switch on over to the grain truck here, or the trailer, the auger wagon. And go ahead and unload the barley in there and we'll take it over to, we can hold off on the flour mill. We got plenty of flour being produced right now. Get that emptied, and I believe we can get a couple of these going. I was tempted to have a worker help me, but because we combined the fields, Courseplay was a little confused, and I don't know how generic AI would work on this field. It's a strange angle. So we'll get this unloaded, we'll keep doing what we're doing, and then we'll definitely be using some AI help for that field. Oh boy. I think this might fill up the cart here, and I'm trying to think if, like, getting some chickens, would that be, you know, just more mouths to feed, or would it actually benefit us to make a lot more money? And we could use, I don't want to run through the crop, go around it here while that's unloading. We could use this land over here for some chicken coops, since we're not going to do the clothing production. Trying to figure out what to do with that space. So I'm tempted to keep this barley for a little bit in the silo, which is new and different to us. We have a silo that we rarely use. So I'm tempted to do that instead of sending it straight to the flour mill until we figure out if I want to do chickens. Just feels like sheep are not enough on this farm. Forgot our old road was gone. This new layout's confusing me. I'm not sure if the silo will stay here long term. We might get a upgraded, nicer model as well. Let's get that unloaded. I love the turning radius on this tractor though. It's amazing. All right, let's get back out there, finish that harvest. Might have another load of this, but yeah, I got some things to think about. And I don't know, maybe having more mouths to feed is a bad idea and it'll slow down the bread production, but we know we've been running with way too much flour. So it's either get another grain mill or find something else to do with some of the grain. And flour by itself just doesn't pay that well compared to the bread. So if we're not able to produce as much bread as flour we're producing, it seems like there might be something else to make money off of, and maybe eggs is the answer. I'm not confident in that decision yet. It might be fun though. Maybe that's what it's all about. All right, that's all unloaded. We'll go ahead and continue on with this harvest. Seems to be a good one. And all done, just need to unload here. 80% in the hopper again, but we did one emptying over here, so this shouldn't fill up the grain cart. But pretty good harvest. Pretty good stuff. Next we will get this put away, or probably move it closer to the wheat field, and then pick up this straw. I think we'll just park right here. We will do the wheat first in July, and then we'll get to the oats. Let's go ahead and get this over to the silo, to the bin, and go from there. And unloading. Very nice. Well, you won't be surprised. I'm itching for an upgrade. We're heading to the store. I saw something used that I'm interested in. I'll show you in a minute. Oh, I'm so glad we bought this. This is so much faster getting over here. I'm glad we don't need that train, though. It being broken, it's kind of rough. Gonna get a speeding ticket. Okay, here we are. Go ahead and get this all unstrapped. Lower the ramps. And the Massey Ferguson 7716 here. It's done us proud. We're just gonna back right into the selling location and pop in here. We'll go ahead and repaint it, repair it, even though we just did not too long ago. Get our $55,000 from it. All right, let's go talk to them, see if they still got that used tractor I was thinking about buying. Let's see. So a couple options here. We have 290 horsepower for the 7R, and it does have the front setup here, the 3-point hookup and the PTO. So that will be good. I think what we'll do is we'll change this to the US model. That's what I always do with the 7R. And we can get even more. Oh, the sale's so good on this. We're gonna fully upgrade this thing. $158,000. We're gonna add Jeep main color. Oh no, no way. Design color though. Where did that change? I don't know where that changed. Rim color. That's hideous too. Green's hideous. We'll go with default on all that. 7R 350 here. I did not anticipate turning into a John Deere farm, but these have been the best deals that we've been offered, so it's just kind of what happened. I actually intended on doing the opposite. Intended on being a red farm. Let's go ahead and get this straight on here. That should do it. Get it strapped in. Raise the ramps. And we can head on home. See how much we like this upgrade for mowing some grass. It'll do other things too, but that should handle the hill issue that I was worried about on the new grass field, and we'll find out momentarily if it does. Yeah, my goodness, I should have done this a long time ago. Ooh, this is like one of our first chances to really see the crops over here. What a difference. What a difference this makes. Let's not tip here. We didn't completely line up straight, so we had a little bit of left heavy there. Left heavy? Is that a saying? Grass is all grown back in this area. Yeah, we got to do a farmyard soon, or the ranch build, but I keep spending money. But I know we're gonna make more, so it's not that big of a deal. And we left that on the whole time. That was silly. All right, we're gonna head up north here, or west. I always call it north. We're gonna head up west here, get attached to the implements. See how this works. Boy, this 8410 now seems puny. Go ahead and get this set up on follow me, like we've been doing. Here should be safe, and then we want to lower it, turn it on, and follow the 7R. So now we should just be able to unfold these. And let's switch back, make sure swath dropping is on. We'll go ahead and lower them. And activate. And go ahead and cruise. And let's see what happens here. Got them following us, so we can go at 14 right now with no speed override. That's pretty nice. Let's avoid the fence here. This probably needed smoothed out, and we are doing silage again because we have plenty of grass for the sheep still. It's almost seeming that one cut last year is going to last us 2 seasons, so that's pretty nice. Get a lot more silage that way. In this field, I think it's going to be big enough. No issues with the terrain. This has worked out pretty nice. I don't think the other tractor would have pulled it off this cleanly. We went 14 miles an hour the whole time, didn't lose speed. I think it was a wise decision, and the baler has been keeping up real nice. Dark green color on the yield. Very satisfied with that. Let's go ahead and get these all folded, and the front as well. And we'll just park as is for now. Not sure what else this tractor's job is gonna be, but I'm sure we'll find something. And we'll get this put away as well. Who says you can't park like this under this shed? I think you can. All right, let's get the truck. I wanna get these bales out of the way. I actually are really interested to see how many we have. So I don't know if I mentioned it in another video, but I've been driving 25 miles an hour on cruise control, so I don't tip anything. But this looks awesome. Look at all of the marshmallows out here, the green marshmallows. Reminds me of Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious and not good for you at all. We'll see how the sheep's food is, but I definitely think we need to get one cut in this year of just grass to save for the sheep. I think it would be wise. I think we might be able to get away with not doing it, but I definitely feel like it would be a wise decision to make sure we have food for, you know, the living creatures that we take care of. There's one load. We do have a spot up here to store these. Oh, we used all of our space. All right, they're getting temporarily stored right over here, though. Oh, and they fell. They didn't like that. Well, that confirms we get more grass or more bales with this new setup. I'm sold. 2 full trailers and 2 extra. Not bad. I'm gonna borrow my neighbor's property over here to store these right now. It'll just be for an afternoon and get those other 2 out of the way because we got some liming and fertilizing that we need to do. All right, we'll safely park right here. Should be fine. We're off the road. So next, since we are gonna do a liming session on the grass field and the field we just harvested, I think it's time to pick up the straw to get that out of the way to allow us to do that. And let's go ahead, and that was lowered already. Turn it on. And we'll start exactly the same pattern that we did for the harvest. It's going right here, pick it up. I guess we do need the truck then, don't we? Because we sell these right away. All right, let's bust this out. And all done with another job. We just need to get these to unload. And we got to get them out of the way too. I did forget about that with the truck. Let's go ahead and get the baler put away. We're going to grab the cultivator because we want to finish preparing this field or extending the field. And there's a couple areas that we missed and spots we want to clean up that we talked about earlier. Okay, so this will be the first spot we want to blend together. Get this all unfolded. It's a good spot right here. Go ahead and lower this. And we want to allow fields. And we want to cruise kind of like so. That's way too fast. And blend together. Perfect. Go ahead and erase that. Loop around here. And I think I'm going to go straight down this line because there was a few spots that we didn't quite touch because we're trying not to damage too many crops. Like so. And we'll just cruise all the way down to the end and connect that side as well. Oh, so close. Just a tiny spot that we missed. That should do it right there. Lower, please. Okay. It's being difficult. Tiniest little speck. All right, all done with that. Now, we'll put this by these sheds for now. And get the new tractor or the new setup. We can do lime for the first time on it. The crop protection. Oh, joy. Oh, we got to move the bales first. Oh, one short of a full load. Not too bad, though. Not bad at all. Let's go get our little bit of cash here. Get us back above, you know, maybe $20,000. That's interesting. I don't know if I've had that happen before. I finally got them all sold. That was different. But we're at 25,000 bucks. And we got a lot of silage to sell next month. Yeah, money's coming in. Money's coming in. We got a lot of flour to sell, some wool, some bread. We'll do that all in July. No clue how much lime this is going to hold or how much money this is going to cost, but we're about to find out together. Drive right under here. That's a pretty penny. That's not actually that bad. 5,800 bucks. We'll start with this field. And gosh, the width of this thing will be fun to learn too. I haven't used this before. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Start cruising. And without a speed override, we're going 25. What a decision this was. This is quite amazing. Enjoy. And this should be the last pass. We did have to fill back up. And this thing's top heavy. Can't really go top speed on turns. And for a cruise control person, that makes me sad. So we should just slow down here, turn around, and that should prevent us from tipping and get those spots that we just missed. And then we got to switch out our attachment here, our implement for the sprayer, and get some fertilizer down on the grass field. What a busy day in June. I think what's over here might be enough. We'll give it a shot. Instead of spending more money, we're down to $14,000. Definitely think we did a good job of getting a lot of work out of the way. Since we have such a large harvest in July, should be able to just focus on the wheat and oats in July, and it's probably gonna take the entire month to get all that done. Let's go ahead and finish spraying this, and then we deserve a nice dinner and rest. Been a busy one. I thought it was tall enough. Oh, look at that functionality. Okay, right there. Get by, get by. Let's raise that wing a little bit. That'll do it. That'll conclude it. Fertilizer, I'll put down. Well, like I said, very, very full day here in June. We deserve some rest. I'll see you in July. It's July in Newlands, and we're about to go make some money. Got some silage to sell, 255 yards to start with. We got just over 2 loads that we're gonna do here. I might just throw those extra 2 bales on the next load though, just to get it done in 2 trips here. But let's get the first number. We needed some cash, and we're back to 91,000. 70,000 from this. Wow, making some moolah today. Let's go get the rest. We got big harvest to do today. You can see out in the distance there, all kinds of wheat, or not wheat, it's all kinds of oats, and I think there is wheat out there too, actually. I believe we did barley last time. That is confirmed. So let's get the rest of these, and we'll have to, you know, do some things, some magic to get the other 2 on, but we've done it before. Get another 70,000 in our name, almost 80,000 probably on this next trip. Man, we never cleaned up the fire production, or the firewood sale place. But we got 274 yards this time, threw a couple of them in the back of the truck. No harm, no foul. And we'll get those unstrapped, switch to the truck, get those unstrapped. Those sold. Bringing in the cash to start out today. Yeah, nice 80,000 there. We're sitting at 171. And I just want to double check. Yeah, we're debt free. So I think it might be time to start saving for the ranch. We do have a lot of goods to sell yet, so let's go ahead and gather those up, make some trips into town, and get some cash. Before we move the flour here, let's go ahead and check the productions. I want to see what's going on here. So we're out of anything to process because we didn't. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? We're not processing flour right now. We got to get that fixed. But over here we have plenty of flour, so I am not concerned. Let's deactivate these so they're not costing us money, but we'll get them going again today for sure. Plenty left over in the bakery, so we can just sell these. All that's here, 31,000 pieces to be exact. I forgot you could mismatch the pallets on this trailer, so we'll go ahead and head into town and get these all sold at the same time. Maybe sell some bread as well, just to keep up with everything, and then come back for this grand, large harvest. It's gonna be a big one. Chickens, that's why the barley is not there. We're thinking about chickens, and I'm recording ahead before you guys have seen the last episode, so I don't have feedback on that yet. I think you'll say yes, though. You know, this should work. Let's try. Yeah, wool's not accepted here. We'll have to sell that somewhere else, but we should be able to get all the flour sold here. We'll just have to maybe back some of this up a little bit. There we go, and some of it's a little too far. Okay, so after that, we're sitting at $232,000. Pretty good amount of flour sold there, and we went to the best place to sell it this time instead of losing money, not dealing with backing up there. Forgive me for being somewhat of a cheeseball with that location. But we'll go ahead and get the wool sold, then pick up the bread and get it sold. And should be good right here. Not bad. Another 6 grand. I don't remember the last time we were here, but we've got to have more than 2 pallets, right? Come on, give us like 5. Come on. There's no way we just... Are we making 2 pallets a month? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's better. 4. That's probably going to be it, though. Yeah, that's it. Should probably use the skid steer, but there's a big harvest ahead of us. We got a lot to do. Pretty insane amount of money for bread. I just wish it would produce more a month. Our grand total is now $266,000. See, I knew buying that equipment didn't hurt us that bad. It's time to be a little bit of a farm manager. We're gonna try to get Courseplay to work on this field, even though we have this one connected now. We'll see how it responds to it, but I would love to be able to just run the cart and get some other things done while we're working on this. Just so much to harvest today. Let's just gotta get in the field and get started. Make sure it's dropping a swath. Perfect. All right, let's stop. And let's try to get a course configured. It looks like it is not selected right. That'll be wasteful. That'll be wasteful. Okay, we might try doing an old school worker. So we'll do the headland, and then I'll find them a good place to take over from there. Pretty good yield so far. Got a tire hopper of this combine full already. We'll go ahead and open it up and get the grain cart over here, the auger wagon. I think we will take some of this barley over to the flour mill to get the flour mill producing again. I didn't think about this field having the stupid box in it. It's going to be hidden by crops. All right, let's drop off this 766 bushels and then we'll go empty combine and get back to that harvest. But I thought it would be important to get the grain mill back up and running. While that's emptying, we'll go back in here. We'll let them know barley is ready to reactivate. And for a little bit, I'm gonna change this to distributing. Look at the bread factory completely, or the bakery completely populated with flour again. Get this unloaded. We'll be able to continue with the harvest, and the wheat's looking great. Good yield over here. We did everything right. pH is good. pH is okay. Yeah, pH is good. Just a couple spots it looked like it was a little off, a little too high. And I think that's when we sprayed this field last time we did the grass. I think we got some overspray over here. But the nitrogen's absolutely perfect everywhere. Expected yield 89% or 85% out of 89. We'd have to probably mulch. Maybe we didn't mulch last time. I'm not sure why we're not getting 100% or the maximum yield out of this, but it is what it is. Go ahead and continue on, finishing this headland, and then we'll find a good spot. And I think I know where I want to start the worker at. It'll be nice to get this little triangle here, you know, more normalized while it's connected to the new field, to the old grass field. We're going to head out this direction to the longest pass on this field, and that's where we're going to start the worker at. And that should allow us to help unload them, get some more work done, and possibly get an addition to the farm. We'll just come in here like this, cut off this small area. Oh, this is going to be interesting because of that angle. It's, I didn't really want to do that, but it happens. Wanted to give them as much of a straight shot as possible. And that little bit, let's go ahead and go on cruise control here. And once we get into this spot, I'll go ahead and hit H. And that should do it. got our worker in there, and we'll get the cart in a better location because I believe the next time they go the direction they're headed now, we'll probably want to unload them. While that's going on, I wanted to play with a few things in this area and just kind of see what would fit good. Tiny little chicken coop. Oh, that doesn't take up much space at all. I think we could sneak that in over here. Like, is the size... Oh, that would be perfect right there. That's where I want it. Okay. So we're gonna have to move that lime spreader implement there. And yeah, I guess we'll take this off. We'll back up a little bit and give us some room. I think we proved we're making enough grain to be able to handle, you know, some more animals around the farm. So we'll go ahead. We won't buy them yet because we need to get back over to the combine real quick here. But I do want to put one of these here. Let's go, yeah, right in the center there. Go about right there as well. And that should be good. We'll get the chickens in a little bit, but we got to help unload this. It's at 98%. Got to them before they started. Perfect. So they should be able to just keep on with the harvest. If we can get far enough over. There we go. And get our speed. Set our cruise control to the same as theirs. Easy for me to say. That should do it. Go a little faster. Come on. There we go. It's always nice to have help around the farm, especially with how large this farm's getting. That should give them plenty of leeway until we can get back. I'm going to take this over to the grain mill, get the wheat going, the wheat flour going as well. Now that that's getting dropped in there, let's go ahead and tell them to activate the wheat flour as well. Activated. What do we need for cake? We need milk, eggs, butter, strawberries, and sugar. We could handle the strawberries and eggs now. It would be sugar, butter, and all of that. I want to look at a couple more productions here. One I've always wanted to use, and I just haven't, is the cereal. So it looks like oats, raisins, corn, and honey. So we would need to get some vines going, some bees, and start doing some cornfields. That might be something we look into after this current harvest season, before we start planting again. I would not mind a small little grapevine. But then we'd have to get the factory to turn them into grapes as well. So that would be 2 factories. I think we do go all in on baked goods and cereal. We need more land for more fields. Oh, I hope we can catch up before they turn around. I don't think we're gonna, though. Oh, we did it. All right, let's get them unloaded so they can continue on with their way. Stop, please. Perfection. So close over here. They almost got it all figured out. Just a little triangle left that we can harvest ourselves. 70% full as well. So we'll go ahead and get this done and continue on with the baling. I think we'll probably take a break from baling and get going on the oat field. And, you know, just kind of match the trends lately. I do want to look in the used market, just in case. Let's open this up. We'll shut off the header and drive on down. We got plenty of capacity, and I think with the wheat, we have a lot of barley left over, but let's keep this as well, because I don't know how much we're going to need for the chickens for an entire year, so we'll be cautious. So I was going to buy another combine, and I think this is the one I want, and looking at the price tag, we're going to wait on it. We're going to hold off on it. We're going to get what we want long term. Depending on how long this playthrough goes, we might just do a 50-foot pipe. I think that might be better. I don't think we need 60, but we could figure that out and upgrade it based on the header we get. But yeah, almost 700,000. Taking a look at that one for sale is the plan. This one was for sale. This would give us 2 similar combines. And I don't think that would be super beneficial to us. So I'm going to finish. Oh, what do we want to do? I think we got a good head start. If we can get some more time to bail after we get started on this. Actually, I should be able to just do course play. Yeah, we're going to keep rolling that way. Let's go ahead and try to just set that up. We'll go here. Field positions right there. We'll go start. I want to head out that way and generate 2 headlands. We'll do sharp turns because they seem to do better with that. And first waypoint, away you go. And this is going to tell us how long this is going to take once they get started. I don't know why they unfolded and they're going to drive through. One of the weird things with course play, it doesn't actually put the starting location where you want sometimes. But we are going to have the speed override going so they can get the harvest done at 10 miles an hour. I know that's probably kilometers, but I enjoy it. Maybe a bigger header on this would be nice, but that would just fill up the combine faster. So I want to see this get started, and I guess it picked the other end of the field. Oh, I see the starting point now. If anybody knows how to manipulate where the starting point is on course play, that would be cool to know. Oh, we have to shut the time override off to get the time to show up on here, I think. Or the speed override. Yeah, 2 hours without the speed override. Oh boy. All right. We're gonna have a busy one. But that means until I get a notification, we can get back on this tractor and pick up the rest of the straw. And then we'll get out there with the grain truck, and it might be time to pick up a trailer for the semi to help with moving grain around with that big field. So I think I am going to try to set up the grain truck with course play as well. I tried this a while ago and I've never had success with it, so I think I want to give it another shot. Let's avoid this bale here, and we'll just get parked for a second. Shut that off for now. And there is a feature that'll have it unload when the combine gets too full. Which is that now? I didn't see a notification. What the heck? No, the worker's still in there. All right, let's get this. I don't know why it did that way. Don't know why it did it that way. That's strange. But let's go ahead and get this unloaded and try to get this course play stuff fixed. But that's as far as it got before it's 95% full. So we'll try not to be too cheesy here. Oh, yeah, we do have this emptied. Okay, we got that open. And we're in the way, but it is what it is. Not lined up quite right. We'll get this unloaded and get out of their way, and hopefully they continue. But if we come here and go like this, we should be able to put target position right here. Start job, and it should pause. Yeah, I knew I needed to wait. Okay, let's comedy. Okay, maybe we do just do it right here. Okay, let's try that. Target position right where we are. Start job, and they should unload combine with 85% full. Let's see how it's looking right now. It's 58% full. So it's going to be a minute. And I'm wondering, this might work better on regular speed. But what I don't see is you're supposed to be able to set where we're unloading empty when... Did we not set where we're emptying? Unload combine. Click on that. Yeah, I thought you set up where you empty it too. I don't know. We'll learn. It should be a worker in there and not me. It is. So beacon's on. It's at 80%. But it's gonna, is it gonna start driving at 85? So yeah, I guess the speed being a little slower would make this work a little better, but in general, it's just gonna take longer. So it's at 86%. I still don't see the tractor moving yet. Yeah, this is then the problem that I've had with this is it's on, right? Like, turn it back on. Like, put this at 80% maybe? What does this do? No path found. Okay. Well, we thought we'd be cute. It's not gonna work. All right, we'll just get them unloaded and we'll just continue on doing it this way. Let's take a look here though, because I did want to see if there's anything for the semi used right now. And I don't want to go overboard, but we do need a trailer. So we're gonna sell grain. So this holds 30 meters cubed. This holds 35. That's more, only $27,000. We need something for the chickens too. This holds 40 and it has Rhino's logo on it. The heck is that from? Oh, we're in the way now. Gotta pay attention, dude. Oh man, come on. Get unlinked there. There we go. They should continue just fine. And we should be able to get them unloaded one more time before having to drop off the oats anywhere. So let's shut that off for now. Get the baling finished. I know this is gonna sound funny with me saying it, but we're gonna try to be somewhat responsible with the combine decision. This will be the only time I think that we do a single combine harvest of this. I was just thinking through, and this is kind of the moment in time for Cattle Ranch when I started losing interest because it took 2 hours to harvest a field. And where if this was like going way too much into detail here, if this was a full-time job and I didn't have my full-time job, absolutely would love doing these long harvests. But balancing trying to get content out is when I start getting competitive with it all. And so we're gonna fix the problems I made with Cattle Ranch where I let it burn me out, and we're just gonna get the right equipment to manage the farm. That's the plan, but not this year. Got to be a little bit wiser with our money. We've done a lot of upgrades. We've got to buy some chickens still. And I'm kind of itching for more land too. So we'll see how it goes. We should be able to sell a good amount of these oats though. But that being said, we do need to buy a semi trailer so that we can move more oats at once and a lot faster. So that should be good for now. I wanted to get that full, but that'll be good. Let's go ahead and take a look at that now and make a decision. I think I am going to go with that one we're looking at, the Dakota, even though it has Rhino's logo on it. And we'll go ahead and make it match. $19,000. Here we come. It won't match our truck though. We're gonna head into town and get that picked up so we can start using it. So funny, this mod pack is so old. I don't know why this is even in this mod pack. That's hilarious. Nate, enjoy your trailer. Being used in new lands. Make sure the top opens, yeah. Nice. I'm guessing the ups and downs are going to start on this side, so I'm going to park this over here for now, as they're just finishing the second headland there. So we'll get that parked there, and we'll try to speed around to catch up to that and get it unloaded. But already, you know, going to be like 700 bushels of oats just from the headlands. It's going to be quite a harvest. Well, they're not blinking yet, so I think that means they're less than 80%. So while they're getting set up on the ups and downs there, I'll go ahead and unload this the first time. See how much of this fits in here. Hopefully all of it fits in this one compartment, and that'll make it real nice. Perfect. Somewhat in both. Weird. Weird mod. All right, that's the angle you're gonna go, huh? It'll take a while to get going, but that should be good. Just so you know, the dialogue does not open right here. You have to step back just a little bit. That's it right there. All right, we're gonna buy. We have the money. We could fit 360 in here. Seems like an OP thing. We'll do just 60 for now. Or however many I just bought in both of these. Okay. Should be good. And did we leave enough room for the eggs to spawn? I didn't double check that. I don't see the spot. It must be right here. Okay. That should be good. I don't know how much. I don't want to add that mod that tells me how much food they're going to need. So we do have a little. We don't. Let's get that unloaded first. Oh no, they're gonna turn around. Please recognize us before you stop. Oh no, we lost them. Maybe not. Perfect, okay. We'll get them unloaded and then we'll drop this off at the semi. We'll go get some barley to feed the chickens. And we'll get that all filled up and figure out how we're looking. Okay, we should have plenty of time to do this and get the chickens some food. I do want to buy a different trailer long term, and I probably already said that, but we'll say it again, for feeding the chickens. But for now, we're going to use this so that we can just get them healthy and start producing eggs as soon as August. All right, let's see if this works. I'm a little concerned about having to cut down that tree. But we should be able to just squeeze right next to it. Hopefully this works. Please work, please, please. Let's just find out if we squeeze it over just a little more. Maybe we're too far over. Okay, another trailer it is. That means we gotta slow down the harvest a little bit. It's gonna get stopped, but let's go ahead and shut this off. We'll grab... What tractor are we not using? This one. We're gonna zoom on down to the store and get a small little trailer to help us feed the chickens. Let's see what they got. Please be something good. We always check used first. I wasn't looking for a small trailer last time I was in here, so I'm not sure if there is anything. Negative. Okay, let's see what options we have. Let's go to our modded ones. Nothing. Okay. What's the capacity? 1600? Is that the most? 3200. To go bigger. That's not bad. Let's see what other options. Oh, I like this one. Assume it opens back here. Yeah, let's do that. 16 grand. I like the look of that too. And they just stopped. That's not bad. So we'll have to get that taken care of, but let's do the chicken feed first. Should be able to pull up right next to the auger wagon and unload into here. And then feed the chickens with that. So let's try that out. Oh, we didn't get close enough. We didn't get close enough. Perfect. Okay. So I think that might be all the barley that we have left. So we'll see how much this uses. 227 bushels fits in here. That's pretty solid. All right. Find the right hitbox here. Got to get super close, huh? Oh, I see where the pallet spawn. Okay. So they took all of that. Let's see how much that filled it up. That's 8,000. I think we'll be good. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. And how much they ate. And we shouldn't see the problem or similarity that we saw in old school, where we just reproduce way too fast and have way too many chickens. Kind of ruined the series for me, to be honest. Okay, so that won't be all of it, but this trailer will definitely just have one job, and it'll do it well. So let's see if I can just sneak as close as possible here. Try to rub the fence a little bit. And then back on up. This dang trailer does not respect backing up. Ay, ay, ay. Farming simulator. Okay, and then I'm going to cruise on over and just put the rest of this in that trailer for now. And then we'll go unload the combine and get that harvest back underway. Let's go get the combine unloaded and probably fill up the semi completely. And I might... Actually, I think I'm going to do a full load of the auger wagon next. Take that to the grain mill. And then while the combine's filling up again, I'll probably do some math to see what actually we need at the grain mill to get us through a year. In hindsight, should not have gotten chickens in a busy day like today. Should have waited till tomorrow. I know I've done this math multiple times, but let's figure it out. So liters and bushels are going to confuse us, but 15 oats per cycle, and we have 1,200 cycles a month times 12. That's 216,000 liters, which would be 6,129 bushels. So we are not going to get enough from this harvest. I do not believe. Yeah, no way. No way. So maybe we won't be selling any oats, and we'll keep the wheat and the rest of the barley that we have for the chickens. And worst case scenario, I think the multi-fruit buy station, we can buy more for the chickens. But we could also look at, like, over here at the bread factory, 2 times 2160 times 12 is 51,840. We have enough. We have enough flour to get us through a whole nother year of making bread. So we will be selling all of the flour that's being produced for quite some time. And right now we're going to go ahead and get the oats flour process all configured and prepped to go. with this 276 bushels, and that way we aren't wasting cycles where we could be producing more flour right now to make more money. Here we go, getting that deposited. Open the production menu, oats, activate, and I do not want this distributing anymore. I want to change this to spawning. So yeah, we got enough over there for pretty much a whole year. The rest is just gonna be money unless we could figure out a way to get sugar, milk, and all this stuff for cake. Which I don't think is gonna happen. I think it's time to just ride with the harvest and get this done. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and get work done, and that's what I've been doing. So we got most of this harvest done. We got about half of the bales or half of the straw already baled up. Just been, you know, head down, busting out some work on the farm. Going pretty good. We got everything established the way we want to, and I just got too close to the semi. Okay. Open that back up. But yeah, it's been going pretty good. We'll get this harvest finished. I'm hoping, now that those passes are a little smaller, that we only have 1 or 2 more times to unload that thing, because, boy, we've been at this for a while. Big field. Glad we only have to harvest it once a year. Now, I bought this thinking we were going to sell some grain, but I don't think we are. Even so, I think this was a wise purchase. It's helping me transport things a lot easier, and I can do a lot more at a time. And look at that flour being produced. It's a beautiful thing. So after 900 more bushels going in here, we should have, you know, about 3,000, a little over 3,000 so far. So it's going to be about 6 months of running time on here, which will, you know, in turn give us a lot of flour. And the one thing with oats is you get more flour out than you put in. So it seems very wise to use oats for flour and not just selling them. And we can park right there for now. And I'm going to continue baling a little bit while that finishes the harvest. I think we have a lot of money coming our way very soon. Should be able to just sneak in here and unload this, and then the rest will fit in the combine for sure. So this should be the last time I have to unload. And with that, I can't just leave it here because I think they'll run into it. So I will have to move it, and then we'll get back to baling. Man, what a big field. But we just about got it done. Well, the harvest is all complete. We just got to unload the combine one more time with the remaining oats. And I think the worker already went home, and nope, they're still waiting for us. Perfect. Let's see if we can get over to the right spot here, and we'll try to back up, move the trailer just a hair to where it needs to be. Don't give up on me, worker. Looks pretty over it to me. Like, how close do you want me to be here, dude? So we'll get the rest of these in here over to the grain mill, and then I'll take a little peek in there to see if we can get an estimate of how many bushels we got out of this field. All right, they're all done with their work. We got to pay them too. We had course play set to $0, so we are going to pay that worker for the day. But we'll cruise on in here. I removed a few more fences just to make it a little easier to get in here with the semi. Look at all that flour. Gosh, so much money coming in. That unloaded, and then we'll hop in here once that finishes. Be able to just take a look right here. Yeah, both of them unloading at the same time is just glorious. And we're sitting at, yeah, so probably about 3,800 bushels. I don't know how many that's used so far, but I'm gonna clean things up, finish baling. It's been a long one. Yeah, I'll get all this equipment out of the way, get all this straw picked up, and then in August, we'll get it sold and continue on with this playthrough of Newlands. Good morning, it's August. 8 a.m. August morning, and we got, oh, look at this. What a beautiful color that is. Beautiful color. Ready to harvest some sorghum. But we're gonna head to the dealership because, of course, we're gonna spend money. Why not spend money? Seems to be what we do. And I need the semi, so we're going to get this out of the way, find a place to park the trailer, the Rhino trailer. And I think over here might be a pretty decent spot for it, so we'll drop that off and head on over to the dealership. And I wonder if you guys can guess what we're gonna buy. Got all those baled up. Got to do something with them next. Now that our fields are getting so much bigger, we're going to need the ability to move a little bit more bales at a time, or more bales at a time. It's becoming a little daunting. That was legal pass, right? to pick up all the bales with just the smaller trailer that we have. So we're going to take a look at what they have options for us. And we have this mod here, the 53-foot drop deck trailer auto-loading bales. So we're going to get that configured. Go ahead and purchase that for $55,000. And hopefully this one works. I didn't pre-test it, but it should be fine. I know we've seen this on other playthroughs I've been on. I know Brody Farms has used it, or at least one very similar. It's a big boy. Yeah, that's a huge trailer. I don't know how many will fit. I don't know if this tells me. Doesn't right now, but once they start loading, it'll be interesting. Get all these square bales on here and get them sold today. Should be a pretty good. I'm sure we'll make way more than our money back from buying this trailer right away. So let's get over there, start picking them up. And we probably should go a little slower around here, but yeah, look at that, working perfect already. Drop this down to like 25 miles an hour to cruise around in the field. 4 bales says 9%, so we're gonna get like 40 bales on here? I mean, this is gonna take a minute just driving around. I cannot imagine. Mad respect for people that pick these up with bale forks and stack them. I wish I had time to do that. Looks like 42 is the number. Not bad. Got about maybe almost half of this field. Let's go ahead and head on over to the dealership. Let's go ahead over to the sales location here. Get these sold. Get back to picking up some more. Now, is this going to be too tall to get under this shed? The side direction might possibly. Oh, that was a terrible approach. We're going to go in this way, and that should do it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, back to 195,000 there. Probably be wise to just back out of here. So it's not as clean of a way to sell as we have been doing, because you can't just unstrap them and sell them on the trailer, but that wasn't too terrible. Let's go get the rest. Or the next load, I guess. Ooh, we did it. We did it, tree. Get out of the way. Oh, I don't know if that's going to work, though. Can we? Well, what does this work this way? No, oh, hold on. Got the wrong button. Nope, that's just lowers it. Okay. Trying some stuff out. That was interesting. Now it wants to work that way. We'll take it. Not going to complain. Not going to complain. Why? Just having some weird issues here now. Yeah, acting a little strange, but we're up to $233,000. We'll go get the next load. I think it might be the last. Might be a little more than one more load. We'll get used to this trailer. It's big. It's big. And I messed up that turn. Dang light pole. No way it's the exact amount. We've got to be missing one somewhere. That's too weird. That's too weird. Okay, I'm sure we're missing one somewhere, but that's just bizarre to me. Let's put this in transporting mode. Head on up there. Then we'll get on to the next task of the day once we get this sold. All right, now we're sitting at $270,000. Told you it'd pay for itself pretty quickly, and we still made a good profit. All right, it's time to put this away. Get on with the next chores of the day. All this stuff needs homes soon. All needs homes. All right, so let's park this and head on up to the harvester. That shut off. Got all kinds of trailers now. Coming a big time operation. And the last harvest of year 7 of Newlands is about to get started here. Seems pretty crazy, being that it's only August, but we're going to be done with all of our harvests. And then it's super close to figuring out what we're going to put in each field next. Looking pretty good so far. Yield's looking nice and green in that spot. Going to be light green here momentarily. Nice combined field here. Is this the second time we're harvesting this whole field? I can't remember now. But it's time to bust this out. Finish harvest season for year 7 of Newlands. It almost got the whole headland done, and we're full, but we're gonna instantly get the sorghum going on the grain mill. Let's get this unloaded, and we'll head on over there. And let's check on the sheep while we're at it. Yeah, they still this grass is finally almost getting used through. And then I'll go in the menu to check on the chickens. How them chickens doing? Oh, they got plenty of food. Plenty of food. We got 235 eggs over there. Well, there's 2 of them, so yeah, about 500 pieces of eggs. Not bad. Hopefully they're like 500 eggs and not pieces of eggs. Alrighty, let's go drop this off, get the auger open, and once that starts tipping or unloading, we will head on in and get it activated. Flour's full, so production has stopped. So we will activate that. And okay, I guess we move some of those out of the way, but yeah, I think we'll do that first, and then we'll dive deeper into this harvest. But let's go ahead, and I think there is just a little bit left in there. Nah, it was empty. Okay, we'll shut that off. And for now, we'll get the harvester shut off. And we need to get back to the semi. And oh, maybe the truck. Okay. Let's get those. And I think if we just leave this here, let's test this. Engine's off. Will it still auto load once these spawn? It does. But we'll probably want to, since that's the first one that spawns, we'll go right there. That's a lot of flour. It's a lot of flour. All right, let's get back to the harvest. It's just too bad. It's too bad we can't make more bread at once. Maybe we didn't upgrade it, like I mentioned before. Maybe we upgrade to make more bread. And helping them unload, we'll have a worker help us out for the rest of this harvest. I think that'll be the most efficient way to get this done. We got a good amount of the headland out of the way, so they should be able to turn around and handle the rest of it just fine. So we'll just be doing some back and forth and potentially starting to prep some other tractors for their next tasks. Gosh, I just love this view. What a view. Gorgeous. Well, we have some time to wait until we need to unload the combine again. We're going to get this set up on Courseplay to do some mulching for us. Again, starting to talk about being more of a farm manager than doing all the tasks ourselves. That way we can still be efficient and get a lot done. I'll try to show as much of it as I can. Go ahead and get this good old mulcher set up, the Batwing mulcher, and should be able to just cruise right about here. 2 headlands is always my approach. And we'll go sharp and regenerate. Take them a little longer to get started, but all is good. They should be all set. Scan out a little bit here, or scroll out, zoom out. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. And are they gonna turn around before they get full? I might have messed up. Well, making pretty good progress on this harvest. Let's see how much is left. Let's get up to speed here. Enable cruise control. Help them unload. And it seems like they get about 36, almost 40% in one pass. So we are having to do this every time they have the auger this direction. which is fine. And we got the mulching going, making good progress. You know, I'm starting to think we have what we need here. I mean, talked about a little bit about possibly vines. And I think if we make that decision, we'll obviously do that next year and plant corn as well and potentially get some bees. I think that might be pretty cool, but I do want to prioritize our living arrangements above that. So we're going to be saving some money. I do want the new harvester as well. I think that would be beneficial to the farm more than different crop types and different productions. I think being more efficient around the farm should be our #1 goal, and having a nice place to live at this point with the amount of money we've been making. And we got to get that dollar amount over $1 million at some point on this playthrough, right? Slow down the spending, buddy. And just while we wait, doing a little update to see how well we're populating this production. You know, 24, this is empty. Yeah, 2,400 bushels already, still 3,400 oats. We're almost out of barley. I think today that will probably be done, and plenty of flour still, so looking good. All things looking pretty good, and we almost have enough flour to completely fill up that trailer just in time to go unload them. Are we going to have to help them? Are they going to remember there's more crops back here? Let's see. We'll have to get that ourselves, most likely. There's a decent amount down here where the field is not straight anymore. Trying to jump so you can see it all with that angle. It's kind of tough, but there we go. Looks like they did figure out to turn back around. Shorter passes means they won't fill up as much, so makes our job a little easier. And wait a little longer in between, and it looks like they are done with the end rows of mulching, and doing the ups and downs are starting. Productive day on new lands. Making good progress over here. Starting to get to the longer passes of the ups and downs. Got the speed override so they can get done quicker. All about efficiency. Let's go ahead and finish this ourselves, though. Just a little bit left to harvest, and then we'll go get that little bit that was missed that we showed earlier. Man, wrapping up year 7 of harvest. Insane. I'm glad we got through this much of this playthrough. So much fun. I do plan on having like a super long series to start FS25. You know, I'm not sure if it's too early to start talking about that, but I think it'll be cool. Do like 10 years or something, to use every little feature of the game in our first playthrough. That'll be the plan. There'll be plenty of rags to riches throughout that cycle of the game as well. It'll be so fun looking back at these days 2 or 3 years from now, and how much the game changes and improves, and really what happens with the popularity of it as well will be fun to see. All right, all finished there. Let's go ahead and do this and switch back to the auger wagon and get that unloaded and drop the rest off at the grain mill. I will put all of the sorghum there. No reason to save it for the chickens because we have plenty of feed for them already. Wow, almost a full load here. That's nice. That is nice. Another 690 bushels going to the grain mill. We're looking almost full of flour there. 4 more pallets to spawn, and that thing will be topped off as well. So we know that's going up. Go to the production. We're going to have more than enough sorghum here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wood is out. Let's deactivate it. I think that'll be the last time we ever put wood in there. Might get rid of that production eventually. No need for it. It was nice to get us started, but There's no trees to cut down anyways. Okay, so this is done for the year unless we use it to move wheat, but I think we'll use the other trailer that's by the chicken coops for that. We'll get this put away, get the combine put away for the year. And then it's time to wander around the farm and figure out what we want to prep for next planting season. And that's all put away. And I think what we want to do is finish prepping the new outline of this field that we've combined. And then, gosh, we're gonna have to help mulch the big field probably. All right, we got the cultivator all set up. Head on over there. See the edges that we need to clean up and get that all prepped for being mulched as well. And it doesn't seem too bad for what we need to clean up here. We'll go ahead and have fields enabled for a second and lift real quick. I didn't like where that was. Okay, that should be better. That worked out good. Let's loop around. And then I will go up the edge just in case there's little spots that were missed. So we'll get that. We'll loop around again. And I think we're good, but there were some areas that we did hug the line, so I do want to just go right here the whole way up. And that should get us nice and prepped and all combined for another large field. And I think there's a spot over here. Yeah, I see one down here. There's a couple areas that we've just ignored because grass is growing. And so it didn't matter. So like right here, we'll go ahead and drop it and cultivate over that. And I think there is one straight ahead too. So we'll get closer over there and find out. Lift so we can go faster. I feel like there is a spot. We might have got it when we cultivated this up though. Looks like we possibly did. All right, so we're done with that. We'll put this away. Lots of mulching, lots of lime, lots of planting coming our way. Gosh, they're doing such a good job. I don't want to interrupt them. We're gonna take our 43,000 flour to get sold. Might as well make a little bit more cash. And I think that's all we're going to do this episode. I think we're going to let that finish on Courseplay. We're going to pick up with all of our prepping and planting next episode. Just feels like a right thing to do for the single session here. Been going for almost 2 hours already. So I think we will do that. Let's get this sold, see where our money's sitting, and we are going to fight the temptation of buying things we don't need for a little bit here until we can build our house and do all the good things we want to do. And it looks like we are selling here. Best price right now. A little easier than Max's place. Oh, if we can turn correctly. Come on, clear the door. All right, let's get that unloading on that side. All right, there should be good. Oh, it's gonna get most of them, but not all of them. And we are sitting at $312,000 to end today's episode. Pretty exciting. Got all the harvest done. Move into a new season of year 7 next. Planting season, prepping season, and planting season. Oh, that's better. There's one in here too. Yeah, let's turn the lights on. Well, it is September on Newlands, and we're going to start with a little bit of a repair of the 7R. When we purchased it, we did not do any maintenance on it, so $15,000. Now it's looking good. So it is September. We got all the harvests complete, and it's time to prep the fields for the next planting season. And I think a little bit of that work will get done by a worker, but most of it will get done by us. I did want to go check on the grass field and see if it's ready to get cut again. It feels like it should be time. I did all the mulching off camera, so we got all the fields that needed mulched. I also did a little bit of repairs, and I made the outlines of the fields look a little bit better by getting rid of the planted grass in those areas so they don't show up anymore. Was trying to get the yield results to disappear on those areas that we don't actually have fields, and it looks a little better. We needed to add the meadow back in some of these areas to get the grass to grow. But you can see here, it's pretty plain, just flat grass. Should be okay though. So let's go ahead and hop out and take a look at this grass. Saying grass a lot right now. Oh yeah, this looks perfect. Let's get our setup all configured. But I think before we do that, we might want to get a worker started liming. All right, so this is the one that needs to get hooked up to the mower because it has the front setup and the back setup. We'll get that. Back around, And then we'll have to find the other tractor that's going to help us with picking up the grass and making the bales. We're all hooked up here, so let's go ahead and shut that off for now. And we'll hop in the 4940. Not the Mack truck. We went to 4940. There we go. 73%. We got a lot of lime to do. We'll go ahead and top this off. Oops, before heading to the fields. And drive completely past it. Now, people were saying we could widen the width of this. And I don't see any way to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Jeez, these brakes are terrible. All right, $1,500 in lime. I think I want to start the farthest away to get it done and work our way back. So we'll go to this new field over here, directly in front of us, get that started, and then we'll get the other tractor headed over to set up on the baler. And we should be good to rock and roll and get some progress. Okay, so right here, looks like lime looks pretty good. So we'll go no course. With this big thing, let's just do one headland. First point. And away they go. So I believe this is the other tractor we're using. Get the 8410 up there to hooked up to the baler, configured on follow me. And we'll get the grass session going. And I think we still haven't moved over those bales for the sheep yet, so I think we'll be good. We do want to check on the chicken food and see how they're progressing over there, if they're gonna need more feed today or not. All right, let's get this all prepped here. It's all activated. And follow. Did that work? It did. Okay. Oh, I want to do speed override so they can keep up. Make sure that's good. Yep. Oh, we're gonna have some rain coming. Let's actually look at the forecast for that. Not until the afternoon. Okay. Let's get our busy work done. Unfold. And lower. Make sure it's all configured. Swath dropping is activated. And it looks like we did get both of them turned on. So away we go. Cutting this grass for the second time. Was super profitable. I think we made over 100,000 on this, if I'm remembering correctly. So this is a good day. And we'll be able to sell this in October. And I think we're really close to having enough money to make that ranch. We got blocked by an object. Not a good start. Oh, because you tried to go that way. I see. All right, so we'll have to, was going to start a time lapse there, but we will have to do this. And now it's back on. And we'll get somewhat close and then we'll hand it over. I mean, the quick bill is awesome, but we were gonna fill up before the other one was done wrapping. All right, that should be good right here. So we'll go ahead and get that back if we can. Not close enough, I guess. Switch to here. What the dickens? Okay, I literally don't know what's going on here. Follow me just won't work, so I guess this is one of those days where we're just gonna do it ourselves instead of wasting more time. Got a rainstorm coming. We can't mess around with this all day. All right, let's get this done. That's disappointing. So is that. And that's even more disappointing. All right, we got the cutting done. It's time to move on to baling. And we got to figure out which fields we're going to do barley and which fields we're going to do wheat in, because that'll definitely be one of the next things on the list. Is once those fields are all prepped, we got to get them planted. We are using you know, seasonal growth. So we got to get that taken care of in, I believe, September or October. And done. I tried going in between rows just to see if we could do it faster because this is, you know, has that big of a width right there. But it was filling it up so fast that I was having to go over areas twice, so it actually kind of lost the value of doing that. Thought that was kind of fun. Okay, let's shut that off and check on lime. Oh, look at this timing. Look at that timing. Is this their last row? It looks like they are going to turn around, but I think we will just do that. Once they hit this spot, so they take their sweet little time at the end there. And we'll switch that to me controlling it. 20% still in here. Super close. Whoa, overturned there. And that's why they got done so fast, 25 miles an hour. Beautiful thing. We got one more field to prepare for planting season to start. Got to get all those bales out of the way eventually out there too, so we can treat that field. But I do want to get us to where we're planting before we do that. Not even going to guess here. We're just going to fill it up all the way because we do have the grass field to relime as well. And we'll head on over to the last field. Super enjoyable. Just chilling, cruising around in new lands. Yeah, and this shouldn't take a lot to adjust this. We should be able to do this field and the grass field with this entire hopper, I believe. The entire tank in this lime machine. Go up the hill here, turn around. It's always fun. And this direction. All right, so no speed override, and we can go 25 miles an hour. Pretty sweet. And I think I figured it out. Look at, they're going wider. I wonder if I have a, I think that might be it. That might be it. Okay, so let's go ahead and close that. Try to get that closed as well, and we should be able to turn around without flipping now. Why wouldn't that just be default? That's silly. Let's see, we're gonna go 25 miles an hour. Loop around, oh yeah. Got it. All right, enjoy. And all done. We're gonna take this down to the grass field and let it sit there until it's time to pick up the bales and apply lime on that field. But next I wanna get planting going. Gotta look at the fields and figure out what we had in them, or remember what we had in them this year, so that we can rotate the fields. I don't wanna plant the same crop. So we'll take a look at that and make the decision of that. And based on what we did last year, we'll make that decision. And I believe, so we've been talking a little bit about expanding and possibly getting into corn and honey and grapes. All of that will happen in the spring if we decide that it's still something profitable that we want to do. But we do have 4 fields now, and we have 4 crop types that go in the grain mill. So I feel like we need to keep these 4 fields dedicated to that. And if we do decide to do anything else, we can use areas that we don't own yet, or we're just not taking advantage of very well. And this area right over here that we slated for some productions could end up being where we make the raisins and where we make the cereal. But this right here, This looks perfect for a vineyard. So that might be what goes here. So let's get to that other tractor. I think we kind of lost where we're going because of that little rant we went on, but pretty good information, I think. I think that would be a nice spot for a nice vineyard right there. Okay, let's take a look at this map. And we had wheat in CP1, we'll call it. We had barley down here. We had oats over here and sorghum here. So I think sorghum's gonna go in the big field. Maybe we'll just do that. We'll just like rotate by swapping. There's the one I'm missing. So we'll go wheat over here, barley over here, sorghum, and oats. And let's take a look at the calendar. So we could do the wheat and barley, but I think what we'll do is we'll start with wheat. So we'll do that at the lower field. And then in October, we can get the barley going. Because they line up here. They don't line up. Okay, so wheat takes a little bit longer to grow. So if we did both of them, we would harvest barley in June and wheat in July. That's what we want. So I guess we will be prepping both of those today and potentially, yeah, and then we got to get to October and sell stuff. Okay, we got our plan. We got 2 fields to plant and roll, and we got the grass field that needs relimed and fertilized. Oh, we got to fertilize these fields too. And then in October, we could spray them for weeds. Yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us still, and it's already noon, so we need to get a rolling. And with the adjustments to that plan, I think we will do the barley first and then work our way back. And we might even... I forgot that we can't plant... We don't even need this. Why do we even have this? For the cotton we planted once, we had to buy... Oh, yeah, because the way this playthrough works. Okay, so where is our cedar? That is a planter. I was confused. None of these crop types are going to work for us. It would work if we do corn, so we would just need a corn header to actually take care of corn. And oh, we're getting low on food over here. Make sure this stuff's all close enough. I'm gonna bring maybe 2 over. So we're finally dipping into this. And I think we'll have enough grass to get us until the first cut of year 8. That should be fine. Oh, I see it. It's way ahead of us. It's the big John Deere. That's right. Perfect. Shouldn't take very long to plant at all. Run away. It was running away on us. And I think we'll risk it. We'll go with the barley first, and we'll see. I'm pretty sure we know this isn't going to be enough, actually. Let's go ahead and fill this up. And let's see what we can do with this, too, while we're at it. Just move it out of the way. Stupid blue box. That's close enough for now. And away with you, sir. Always lands on its feet. It's like a cat. Could have taken the seed out of the other one, now that I think about it. But that'll do. It's just $3,000 in seed. Let's head back over there, start getting this barley in the ground. This will be the first time planting this big field. Now that there's not grass over here and it's been combined, I really like some of the changes we've made to this farm. Makes it feel like this area just needs that little ranch and some more sheds to be done. All right, so looks like it's going in good. Using 280 seeds per meter square. Not sure if that's high or not. It says it's red, so it must be high. So hopefully this is enough to get this done. If not, we'll have to go spend more money on seeds. But let's do this. And the end rows are all done. We did 2 laps around. And I'll just finish off this second one here and kind of just straighten it out. And then we'll turn around, start going up and down this. I think we will go north and south instead of east-west like we have been doing on this field. And I think that'll work real nice. don't know if we'll use GPS. It would be nice to get that going, but it might be at an interesting angle we'd have to set up, which is doable with guided steering, but kind of just enjoying driving on my own. So let's just do it that way. 71%. I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's going to be close. And done. I think we will try to get that little spot next to me. I wasn't going to at first, but since we're ending right here, we might as well just try to cruise on over here and try this direction. And if that's still too much of a... Okay, it liked it. It digged it. It digged it. Can we get this little spot? That spot's going to be... It's good. All right, let's fold up for now. And we will head on over, get this filled up again. And then we'll head to start the wheat planting. And boy, that was just about perfect. 15% left. You know, a field a little bit bigger for this implement to not have to constantly worry about refilling the seed. So the field to our right is probably our only one that we have to worry about that on, which is kind of nice. Okay. So, let's, you know, while we're right here, let's see. Do you guys got... Is that empty? No. No way. All right, so yeah, they're fine. Chickens are good. We got a little bit of eggs going and then plenty of grass still. Let's see. Got the cart kind of in the way. That's a full, oh, almost a full pallet. Come over here. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we knew that was going to be the case. We just have them for fun. Not going to be super profitable. Yeah, I do like to go clockwise, so we're going to turn around. Just a habit that I've created. And we'll make sure we switch this to wheat. And for this one, oh no, we're gonna need this track. Yeah, we're gonna do course play here. We are gonna do course play. We'll let them go ahead and handle that as the rain starts. And we'll grab our new bale trailer, pick up all those bales, get them out of the way. Is it only gonna be square bales that work on this? I don't remember. That would be really strange. So we're operating position. Yeah, that's what we want. We'll give it a shot. We'll see. If not, we'll switch to the other trailer. No big deal. But it does work. And we'll raise that up because it gets a little confused sometimes. All right, I'll get these all picked up and then probably do some lime in the rain and fertilizer in the rain. The game lets us. We're going to take advantage of it. Just one short to fit them all. That's unfortunate. Let's see, where do we want to park this for now? We're going to go sell these next month, which will definitely be this episode. Let's go ahead and pull to the side over here for now. And we're just going to... We're going to abuse super strength and grab that one. Get it out of the way. Nothing like liming in the rain. One of my favorite things to do. Still got a lot I want to get done in this episode, so we'll probably jump forward to this being all complete. Okay, the lime's all done. The rain is not letting up. It seems like this storm is just going to get worse tonight. We're going to start doing fertilizer. We're going to do the same approach or same pattern we just did, where we'll start with this field directly in front of us, the new barley field. And we'll make our way to the grass field and the wheat field once it's done being planted. We'll get all the fertilizer put down that we need. And hopefully the color changes. I know the map will help us at least. Oh, I forgot how huge this is. I was debating using solid fertilizer this time, but yeah, I think this will do fine. Oh yeah, look at that. It's gonna turn it yellow, it looks like, in some areas. Beautifully, like, just what a cool piece of machinery. Expensive, but definitely helps get the job done a lot faster. And I imagine in real life you wouldn't want to do this with the rain, because probably dilute the product a little bit. But like I said, the game lets us do it. We're doing it. And one field all complete. What a storm we're having. What a storm. Let's go get this filled up, and I think filling this back up will be enough to finish the next 2 fields. In hindsight, I probably should have cut the grass in October. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and do the grass field first, and then they'll be done with the new wheat field, and we can do that next. And away we go. This really shouldn't use much, just changing it from red to orange. And we hit that car. We hit that car. I didn't think I was that far in the road. Thought I was way farther over. Looks like we use about a little over 20%, so 80%. I gotta think that's plenty for the wheat field. It's gotta be enough, right? How come you guys aren't answering me? Answer me, dang it. And look at this timing here. Getting all done, get them off the field. Are they gonna turn around again for that little spot? I think I saw a little spot. Just a little speck, yeah, right here. Excuse me. Are you gonna plant right here? Are you gonna do it? I don't believe that's part of your route. I don't believe you. Wow. Where was it even going? That's hilarious. We'll get that. We'll get this put away. It's out of the way now. We can get the rest of the fertilizer put in. Okay. Let's cruise forward, get this enabled, and hope that 80% is enough. It's kind of a smallish field compared to the barley field. This should be more than enough. And we're done. We are done. For September. Got to get some weed treatment done in October, sell some silage, and I think we're going to spend a little bit of money on getting this place organized again. Not sure if this is going to stay on here. I guess it will. But let's go ahead and get some cash for this. As expected, the grass is not going to grow back anytime soon. It should be dormant after this month until spring. So that'll be our last cut of year 7. And, oh, going this way. We're gonna avoid the fence. We avoid that fence. We did. Okay. I do this button. Oh, this should be fun. What's it selling? Oh, yeah, the back ones. You know, I learned years ago it doesn't pay to be lazy. It doesn't pay off. It might pay some people to be lazy, but it doesn't pay off, and we're sitting at $430,000 now. You know, if you do it the right way, you won't get frustrated with mods that are like that. That's my point. I'm learning, though. Gotta respect the game. See how much herbicide we have. We might be able to get away with not buying any. 56% full. Oh, that's a tree. I thought we could squeeze by it. That's it. Just a little splashy splash. Oh no, we weren't close enough. All right, we'll see if 66% gets the first field done, and then we'll come back here to get the other field since we'll be closer to the reef or the buying station. So I think that makes sense. Like I just did this. Deja vu. All over again. And a ways we go. Getting those weeds sprayed. We didn't roll. Ran out of time in September. Figured that would be the one thing to give up. And with precision farming, I think it's only like a 1% bonus. So we'll lose 1% of our yield. Which honestly seems to be completely fine with the time savings it gives us. Like mulching, we did that kind of in the background. We'll get the little percentage bonus from that. It should be good. And it was plenty to get this field done. I am going to use this 15% before we, well, we'll buy less if we buy it now. And we will have this field and the other field still to spray. So the money will get used, or the herbicide will get used, and it won't be a waste of money to buy it. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do it. It was $6,000 worth. Whew. But we're sitting at a pretty 423,000. We can afford it. Oh, look at this big spot that was missed. I didn't think it was that big and going to be that noticeable. I might reclaim that and make it look better. This should take no time at all. So this over here, I wanted to double check. It's growing, but was it supposed to grow in October? Or is October the last growth? Grass will actually grow in November as well. Okay, we will not get the full ready to harvest, but we could, if we really wanted to, harvest it at that 50% done, or whatever you want to call it, that first ready to harvest state of the grass. Just a lot less yield when you do it that way. And complete. All done with all the farm work for the year. Except for selling things and taking care of the animals. That's the only thing we really have left to worry about for the rest of the calendar year. Can you go, oh, look at that. Floating food. Okay. It's floating over here too. I think it turned out great. Let me know what you think. Let's get these open back up, and we might have to get horses now. Sorry, car. We are going to do a little bit of a drive-through here to take a good look at this, and then we'll walk around a little bit. But I wanted to add a grand entrance here, and I think we pulled that off. The biggest thing I was having a problem with was the direction of the house, and I don't think we really pre-planned it that well, but I think we pulled it off. Got a lot of trees here, some poplar, some, I forget what the other ones are called, some maple and dagwood, I think they are. But yeah, just a nice little entrance over to the house. A little garage here that we probably won't ever use, but be pretty sweet. Some decorations back here. You got some wood for heat in the house, and you know, just some good stuff to help maintain the backyard and everything here. Nice little playground for the kids. And more trees, and I think, if I remember right, oh yeah, and this little decoration here. It's cute. Little flower pots added for extra customization, and then we can go in. I wanted to have a house that we could go inside, and there's not a ton of options out there, so picked one that I felt fit the farm the best, and definitely think that does it. But backing out here, go ahead and use our little slip here. And we added the shed basically just for coverage for some of our longer trailers and longer pieces of equipment. Could pull through. I think that's a wise decision for me. Got everything sorted there. Some ground worn out from driving in and out of it. And just cruising along here. Probably need to finish this right side as well. Yeah, I missed that. I missed that. Maybe some bushes and some meadow. Actually, let's bust that out real quick. Jump cut. And my goal was to really get more color added to the build, and this time of year it's absolutely gorgeous around here now as we're getting close to this in real life where I live. Yeah, that looks much better. And then we added another shed up here as well, and I think we definitely, everything's put away, so we have enough storage right now to get us by. Some of it might be overkill at this point too, but this nice open shed as well for our equipment will work out really well. And I did surround the entire property, at least this direction here. So let's get our map updated. So the directly behind us would be the west side, and then the north side have fences. Yeah, that's empty, so we got room for growth and more equipment. I think it's turning out pretty sweet. I'm gonna jump in the air next. Yeah, it kind of gives you a good idea of seeing the fence go around there and it loops around this way, and we have another entry. I didn't know where to end it, so we'll figure that out later on, but I just had the fence kind of just stop there. But at this other main entrance, got the same gate. Not sure if that one will ever get open. We'll find out. But yeah, it'll be really sweet here in like April or May when all this stuff starts growing and we get to see it for real, for real. I think that's where I'm going to leave you for year 7. We'll get some of the winter stuff done off camera and be ready for spring with the next episode. Socks way up. Thanks for joining and enjoying New Lands with me. I'll catch you on the next one.